Comfort me through all the pain that life may bring. There's no other hope that I can lean upon. Lead me, Lord, lead me all my life. Walk by me across the lonely roads that I may face. Take my arms and let your hand show me the way. Show the way to live inside your heart. All my days, all my life. You are my light. You're the lamp upon my feet. All the time, my Lord, I need you there. You are my light. I cannot live alone. Let me stay by your guiding love all through my life. Lead me. Lead me, Lord. Even though at times I'd rather go alone my way. Help me take the right direction. Take your road. Lead me, Lord, and never leave my side. All my days, all my life. You are my light. You're the lamp upon my feet. All the time, my Lord, I need you there. You are my light. I cannot live alone. Let me stay by your guiding love all through my life. You are my light. You're the lamp upon my feet. All the time, my Lord, I need you there. By your guiding love all through my life, all through my day, don't lead me alone. Lead me.
Ya, tidak po nung damas.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang magiliw, sa silanganan, alam ng puso sa dikit kong buhay. Lupang binilang, tulad ka ng magiting, sa manluluping, di ka pasisigil, sa nagatang tunog sa simoy at sa langit ng pagaw, ay ginagam lalawin sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng atawad mo'y tagumpay na nagtitigil, ang ituwid at araw niya kailan pang ay nakikinig. Lumalang araw ng warhabis pagsikta, buhay natin ang ito. Ang ligaya na pagkay mga amin, at mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Hello, ma'am. Please unmute your microphone.
Ma'am, I think you're muted po.
I mute black. All right. Okay. So I can't believe it. This is the 19th Philippine Robotics Olympiad. That means that we have been organizing the PRO for the past 20 years. And and congratulations to all of us. We're still here and we're still healthy. We're safe. And the thing there is that last weekend, it was the first time that I became the ninang, the godmother of the wedding of one of the robotics team members of Dr. Yanga's colleges. He was only 14 when he started the program in DYCI, and he now just got married and starting a family of his own. So that was really a revelation for me that I guess kalabaw lang naman ang tumatanda, di ba? So that I believe that it's really a heartwarming and a warm, what do you call this, a milestone event for me as well as for Ray, my fiance, and we hope that more, um, I would say, more happy unions will be coming up soon, both either for the coaches or even for the students themselves. All right, so we're here now because we're actually living in very interesting times. But however, let us not let us celebrate and be positive about it because we have now introduced a new platform, which is the virtual robotics, which is a new skill that will be used even when we go to the hybrid mode, perhaps next year in Germany, right? So this year, the Philippine robotics team did not just sit at home and do nothing during the COVID pandemic. The first thing that we did was we activated the Philippine robotics team to make 1,800 3D printed face shields for the frontliners. And I mind you, this was only done in a few days. And I personally had to deliver to some of the 62 public and private schools that benefited from these face shields and face masks. In addition, we have also built the first Lego automated alcohol dispensers, which Dr. Yangas distributed in the hospitals of Bulacan, as well as the seminary and the public market. And I personally delivered I set up a group, a PPE group, and I personally delivered the alcohol dispenser, which we donated to the Vice President Lenny Robredo's office. In addition, we knew that there might be a concern about the availability of ventilators. So the Philippine Robotics team made a portable Lego robot ventilator, which was highlighted during the Lego Education Partners Conference in Billund, hosted by Billund, Denmark. So we are the first to have invented a Lego robot ventilator in the world and being used in Bulacan General Hospital to this day. During the onset of the pandemic, we already have started the virtual robotics, which I'm sure all know about and have learned and have already studied and taught your students. And we were the first to roll out a virtual robotics competition, which was held last April 30th, the first Philippine Robotics Challenge, Virtual Robotics Challenge. And it was there was an accolade and highlighted by the Department of Education. We have also trained a total of an average 6,000 DepEd teachers all over the Philippines on virtual robotics. So we had the memorandum of agreement with the Department of Education. And I believe some of you are products of this training. And we are continuing to support DepEd with regards to this new platform on virtual robotics. So the Philippine Robotics Olympiad is now also working very closely with our partners, the Department of Education, Educational Technology Unit, as well as Lego Education in Billund, Denmark, and the Cognition Robotics, the developers of the platform that we are using now, and they're based in Canada.
So naku,
So
mamili
these
kami
are the
sa mga
fields that you will be using. This we will be, as mentioned during the launch, we will be using the 90 the 2019 WRO playing field for the reasons that most, if not all of you, have experienced the actual or physical field in last year's PRO. So now you just have to now you're familiarized with the field, and now all you have to do is transform your robots into virtual robots. Right. So these are the participants of the first Philippine Virtual Robotics Challenge. And to also, since Felta is a global training partner of Microsoft, bibida ko lang, we just won an award. 11 countries in the Microsoft APAC for Best in Minecraft Education. Konting palakpak naman dyan. All right. So this is really I would say an honor for us to be acknowledged, since we have been aggressively training students and teachers on remote learning for free. So we have trained. We're actually just finished the second batch a few days ago. And in addition, we only not train using the Windows platform, but we have now also are the first company to train Microsoft Office using Apple devices. And during the past few months, like later on, we also have a what we call a free live webinar in partnership with Power, which stands for Philippine Open Educational Resource Corporation. So this is an NGO that provides content or learning programs for particularly deaf educators, so that during the work from home mode that we have, the teachers or even the parents and even some students have the opportunity to learn more. So this has been going on for the past since April and still ongoing. And this month of October, last September, our theme was Breeding Champions, and this coming October, our theme will be Reimagining Education Reimagined. And in addition, aside from robotics, we have also been conducting webinars on language proficiency and also on Singapore math, advanced Singapore math, particularly on higher math, which is like examples of which is trigonometry, calculus, algebra, and all the other more difficult subject areas in mathematics. And this one can be actually used for the higher grade level, so grade 10 to 12. So with that, I'd like to welcome you again to the 19th Philippine Robotics Olympiad coaches meeting, and later on, I'm sure you will be able to see all the other teams as we as they show their robots during the dry run. Okay, and then later also 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, the power or the Felta Power live webinar will be conducting a coverage of the whole dry run and the coaches meeting as well. So it will be like an excerpt of what has transpired today. Now, I'd like to acknowledge at this point all our coaches who are here, who have taken time out on their Saturday morning to be with us. Let's welcome Miss Abriel Melo Reyes from Lagro Elementary School. We have Luisa Serape from San Gabriel Elementary School. We have from Sheila Roa from Project 6 Elementary School. We have Belinda Foro from Mines Elementary School. Ryan Verona, Ramon Magsaysay High School. We have Carmelita Cortivo, Coach Tata from DepEd Bohol. We have Eunice Casimiro from De La Salle Zobel, Brian Asilo from DepEd Bohol, Bernadette Tan from Philippine Cultural, Karen Christie Berhame from Cordova National High School in Cebu, from Batasan Hills National High School, we have Cyril Goles, Pitogo High School, we have Florante Ferrer, Claret School of Quezon City, we have Roxanne Cosico, from Culumban College, we have, message. Culumban College, we have Ian. Culumban College, we just have Kent, walang last name. And then we have Karen Christie Berhame again from Cordova National High School. We have, ulit-ulit lang to. Okay. Who else have I missed? I think this is an incomplete list, Jobin. All right, but let me just read it from the, all right, I'm not sure. Can you send me another list? All right, and then we have, let's see, from the list that we have, okay. We have Warren from, I believe, Grace Christian, no? We have Warren Ongpe from Grace Christian. We have, okay, some are unknown. All right, we have Alde. I saw your name, Alde. Alde Sousa from Marie Ernestine Elementary School. Marie Ernestine School. We have Joel Halon from De La Salle Zobel. Ethan Uy, I'm not sure what school you're from, but let's welcome. Of course, Donald Liano from De La Salle Zobel as well. Charleston Kent Salazar. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, it might take time for us to mention everyone, but you will all be receiving a certificate for attending the coaches meeting. So you will be receiving that. And then I'd also like to acknowledge some of our judges who are here in the call. We have Engineer Manny Manalo of the Quezon City Interactive Science Center. I see him. We also have Sheridan Lamonte, also of the Quezon City Interactive Science Center. We have Dr. Ruby Cristobal of the Science Education Institute, Department of Science and Technology. We have Sir Edwin Engana. We have Engano of the DepEd Makati. We have Engineer Carlos Opus of the Ateneo de Manila University. We have, okay, have I missed? We have Sir Roy Cosico, of the Philippine Science High School. We have Sir Gel of Science Education Institute, Department of Science and Technology. All right, so, and of course, our FELTA team, I will not read all your names. I also want to welcome Jeric Hernandez, right? And then I believe Benedicto R.C. John, Ria, and then A.Z. Jordan. I think this is Ma'am Jordan, Eileen Jordan, right? Okay, and April Reyes. So as we go on, I'm sure there will be more participants who will be joining us later on. Okay, so with that, I'd like now to request everyone to switch on your videos. Don't worry, as is where is tayo, kung ano itsura nyo, no problem, because this will be part of our coverage later on during the Felta Power webinar at 1 o'clock. So please switch on your videos and then we will have a group photo. Ayan. Okay, Aren, again, please switch on and then who can take the picture? Rochelle, you take the picture?
Yes.
All right. Okay, may we request you to switch on your videos so that we can have a group photo and then it will be featured later on at 1 o'clock during the Felta Power webinar. Okay. All right, everyone. As is where is. Okay lang. Ethan, Donald. Yan, sige. Alright? Sige. Kulang pa. Siguro because there's a lot of us, you can, Jovin, just take a few shots, no? So, smile lang tayo ng smile because hindi natin alam kung anong page tayo. Okay, so, everybody, switch on. Sige. Sige. Benedicto, Arce, Ethan. Sige, Joel, itaas mo konting camera, hindi nakikita yan. Yan, okay. Alright, okay, let us know. Ay, hi Ethan! Ay, iho! Naku, pag kinasal ka, ako ninang.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi Ethan! Sige, alright, sige. Si Charleston, para mabuo natin yung page na to. Okay, smile lang ng smile. Alright, Jobin, you count ha? Rochelle, you count. You be the one to count.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay. In the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Smile.
One more.
One more.
Many more.
1, 2, 3. Smile. Now give us a walkie shot.
Waki?
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Alright. Lahat nakuha. Alright. Alright. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now let's see what has happened. You know that we have won a gold in Hungary. So let's see what has happened in the World Robot Olympiad, Hungary. All right. Okay, thank you both so much. And now, later on, during the Felt the Power webinar, I will be talking about the innovations that World Robot Olympiad Canada will be introducing, even in a virtual world that we're going to be, even in virtual platform. So later on, I will be sharing with you what's new and what Canada will be doing to make it equally more exciting for all our participants. All right, so now let me turn you over to Annalyn for the game guidelines and the briefing about the 19th Philippine Robotics Olympiad. Annalyn?
Good morning, ma'am. Prior to the coaches meeting po, the board of judges decided that we'll be heading to the Q&A since we already distributed the game guidelines. So before that, I'm going to introduce Miss Connie Inocencio Peralta to introduce the board of judges.
Hi. Hi, coaches, team members. Good morning. Welcome to our virtual coaches meeting. So, let me share with you our judges for each category. So, as mentioned by Mama Eileen, for regular category, smart passenger transport. We will have engineer Eileen Villacruzis, directress of A Plus Solution Development Center Corporation, together with Sir Sheridan Lamonte, the robotics lab manager of Quezon City Interactive Science Center. For regular junior high school, smart lighting, we will have Mr. Gel Rebuta, Science Research Specialist 2 of Science Education Institute of the Department of Science and Technology, and also Mr. Edwin Ingana, Master Robotics Trainer from DepEd Makati. For regular senior high school, we will have Engineer Manny Manalo, the Director of Quezon City Interactive Science Center, Engineer Carlos Opus, Director of Ateneo Innovation Center, Professor ECCE Department of Ateneo de Manila University, and for Sumobot, we will have Mr. Brian Reginald Magutay, Registrar and Student Experience Director of Asian Institute of Management, together with Dr. Patricia Abu, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Systems and Computer Science of Ateneo de Manila University. For open category, we will have Dr. Ruby R. Cristobal, Chief Science Research Specialist of Science Education Institute, Department of Science and Technology. We also have Mr. Gilbert Zamora, the President of the Philippine Robotics Society, and Engineer Roy Canseco, Special Science Teacher 4 and Management Information Systems Head of Philippine Science High School. So we have full house of our judges, mapa in person or virtual. So may I call Rochelle to share with you some of our what we have discussed yesterday as part of our rules.
Okay, good morning everyone, dear coaches. So, prior to this coaches meeting, upon registration, we already sent the different copies of the game guidelines for our virtual competition. Plus, we'll be sharing as well the guidelines for scoring. You can actually download that through Peltao website. But Teacher Joven Cinco will be sharing the link where you can download the links for rules and regulation. Okay, now I'm going to have a short demonstration of our Philippine Robotics Olympiad virtual game guidelines under regular category for elementary, since this is our general standard virtual game for all our regular category. So for this year, we'll be having the smart cities, smart passenger, transport. So all the challenges that we'll be having for this Philippine Robotics Olympiad 2020 will be the challenge that we have last year. So I'm gonna skip the game introduction. Then for a game definition, this will be the game field, and all the game field and the default robot is already available through the Virtual Robotics Toolkit, our official simulator. So the Elementary Smart Cities Smart Passenger Transport Game Challenge is an online robotics program competition where participants will program a virtual robot. Online robotics program competition for the committee decided already to use the default robot that is available in the virtual robotics toolkit. So these are the game mission. Bring the passenger to their target area, bring the equipment to the charging station, park the robot, and penalty points for walls. So for your reference for the guidelines in scoring, we'll be sharing the link to the chat box. Now, for the requirement, the robot to be used by the participant is the default robot available in the Virtual Robotics Toolkit Simulator. So, upon registration, Pelta Multimedia team will be sending you as well the zip files for the default robot and for the default position of all the elements. And another good news for this first virtual competition, wala po tayong randomization. Alright, since this is our first time. Now, for our programming platform, all the participants must code using the Virtual Robotics Toolkit Simulator, our official simulator for this Philippine Robotics Olympiad 2020. Now, for team composition, this game is for group category, so 2 to 3 members per team with 1 official coach per team. And for each definition, maximum of 12 years old for elementary student. So for competition setup, since this is our first time to go virtual, the online robotics competition will be held via MS Teams, and link will be provided 1 week before the date of competition through your registered email and through our social media account. So next is the online robotics competition will be live via Felta Facebook page and Felta YouTube channel. For competition requirements, the participants are required to be equipped with the following prior to the start of the game. So for device requirement, all the participants must have laptop to run the virtual robotics simulator and MS Teams application. Laptop with built-in or web camera, microphone, and speaker. Then for submission, submission must be submitted for backup files. Like, for example, at this moment, the whole Bohol team cannot join the meeting kasi wala po silang kuryente. So we don't want that to happen on the actual competition. Okay, screen recording of the game ito po yung mga dapat i-submit. Screen recording of the game simulation. And then it should be submitted 3 days before the date of the competition. That is the video recording of your pre-run. And then imported code for the game challenge. So dalawa po yon. Video recording of your pre-run para po sa backup files. And then imported code for the game challenge. So name po, ito po yung ating format, must be team name at PRO 2020 LM. So for game process, the organizers will gather all the registered participants in MS Teams. So all the participants will run their simulation for the elementary challenge through sharing screen on MS Teams. And each team will be given 2 official runs. And failure due to bandwidth glitches will be given an option to let the organizer run their code with corresponding point of deduction of 10 points. And with these po, we will not be using po the generated scoreboard. We'll be having a demonstration later, and then we'll be just using the timer for each official run. Again po, we will not be using the generated scoreboard. Instead, we will be using the timer for each official run. Alright. So for actual demonstration po, on how you will navigate the default position of your game mat, we'll be having Miss Rochelle Pajardo. Thank you.
Excellent.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? All right, so good afternoon or good morning rather to all our participants. So today we'll be showing you some additional important announcement and things that you need to do. So this announcement is specifically to our coaches. So um, it will be your job to tell your students and the participants, of course, to do this thing because this is very important, especially when it comes to the scoring. Right. So we'll be showing you up a short example code of the elementary category, and we'll be showing you how are we supposed to show the board during the virtual simulation. So from the default view itself. Okay. So we need to show up the scoreboard on the upper top of our screen so that our judges can see it easily, and of course to the participants as well. And please be reminded that what we will be using for this board is only the clock. Okay, so we are going to use the clock only. But for the scoreboard, or for the scoring, we will do it, or our judges will be doing it manually. Right? So that's the first thing. Again, display the clock board in the upper or the top middle part of our screen. And then, once you run your robot, let's try to run it. Let's give an example. Okay, from here, you need to be very careful on the button that you need to press when you stop your simulation. So instead of clicking the stop button, you need to click the pause button. Okay. In that case, if you're going to press the pause button, all the positions that your robot has been made will stay. But if you're going to press the stop button itself, take a look carefully what will happen. So the position will go back to its original position. So we need to be careful and automatically, just a reminder, if you do that or if the participant do that, automatically they will have or they would not gain any score. So automatic zero po siya. Okay, so again, let's try to play it again. One more time. So after showing the clock, so when you do your second run, you make sure that you reset the time. When the participant or the student think that it will just be until there, then that's the time the participant or the student will press the pause button, not the play button. Right? So that the position will stay there po. Okay. So again, just a reminder, number one will be scoreboard or clockboard show up. So it must be in the upper or top middle part of the screen. The second one will be the default view of our field. So the students or the participants must run in this default view. So they don't need to go into a different view po. So ito na yung magiging default view natin. And then the third one, the students or the participants must press the pause button unless or if they press the stop button, they would not get any score at all. So automatic zero. So later on po the judges um will be discussing more about it. All right. So for the questions, we'll be having it later with our judges. But for now, I will give the floor to Ma'am Connie Inocencio for the PRO guidelines.
Hello. So, let's have the Q question and answer from the coaches. So the floor is open for questions for all the categories from elementary, junior, senior, sumbat, and open.
We are inviting our judges to please open your camera so that our coaches will see your beautiful faces.
Dito na lang tayo nagkikita-kita. Sana next year sa FLL. Kita na tayo in person. So do we have question for elementary teams, junior high school, senior? We assume that you have read the rules. So for whatever changes we will have this morning, i-reflect po natin dun sa rules na na-share sa inyo ni Donna. So you can raise your questions now para po we can finalize it before our finals. So after this, at 1 o'clock we will have our dry run. So para makita pa natin paano yung ng robots natin. And if we have questions during the runs, matatanong pa natin yung judges natin.
Hi po. Good morning.
Hi Sir Alde, good morning.
Yeah. Can I ask question to behalf of the Cordova National High School
Yes
for
sir.
junior high?
Opo.
Um, can we change the position of the robot when it is in the start area? Can we change? Can we rotate a little bit? But the robot is still inside the square.
Annalyn,
Hello. Hello, ma'am, and hello, sir.
Hi.
So according to the guidelines that we have given po, you cannot do the rotation since what will be having is the default position, like what I have mentioned a while ago. So again, default position of your robots and default view of our playing field.
But the virtual mongol that you sent, we can rotate, we can lift the arm while it is not yet start. So I think the concern there is the default robot, but the rotation we can actually adjust because it's like face to face. We can rotate it, but the important is the robot is still inside the wide. It will not go outside. Still inside the start area. I think it's okay.
Yes, sir. It's okay naman po as long as you already started your program.
It's okay. We can rotate.
Yes, sir. As long as you already started the program po.
Yeah, because we some mongol, some are first they will go to the yellow first, You will
Yes.
get the yellow dot. So as we navigate the virtual, there's when you press F12, there's a additional option there on where you can set the robot, you can rotate the position of the robot at the starting point. You
Mm.
can lift the arm, and then that is your starting point default. When you press, the robot will run na. It is
Sir,
okay?
no, sir. We will stick on the default position of your robot po.
That's the rule. We cannot
Yes, sir.
because
So,
in the
in that case, sir, you can include that to your program.
because in the word it says there you can rotate whatever position you have, but um take note lang if the robot will not go beyond the square, it will not go. uh, can we do that?
Still not, sir. Dun pa rin po tayo sa default position of your robot, but you can do that, but you need to include it to your program po.
Okay.
You cannot do it manually po.
Ano, it not manually. What I said is the position in the start area ba?
Apo, that
I
is
think
considered as manual positioning pa rin, sir. So, you need to include it to your program po.
um
Donna,
so if
happy
that's
forward.
uh, I think it how about the judges? They will also answer like that, no?
Yes, sir. Judges, please go ahead.
Nag-comment,
Okay,
just add
sige. Okay, Sir Toto.
just add it to your program. So use the
Okay.
default, and then whatever positioning, that should be the first control in your program.
So we need to use the default, then we will just add program to rotate. But my question is um it's like the face to face ba? You can position your robot anywhere before you press the start.
Uh, what we're trying to do is to be uniform. All you have to do is press start para uniform for all.
Because it is naman good in the virtual that the Delta sent to us, we can navigate, we can actually change the position, also the starting point. Yeah, but if it is the rule, okay, we will follow na lang.
Yeah, thank
I
you,
just
Alde.
I'm
If I can clarify it, yung default position of the robot, so pare-pareho tayo mag-start, tas kung ano yung itsura ng robot. So, when it runs, dun gagalaw yung robot mo, so you can change your robot position or your robot arm. Tama?
Okay pa. Okay pa. Sige
Yun
pa.
yung, yun yung rule natin for everybody.
Sige
Default
pa.
position of the robot.
Pa,
Thank
it's just a question lang po, if in
you.
case lang po ba.
Yes, sir. Sige. At least we have clarified that.
By the way, next question, how about the program? It is optional to send program, or it is not necessarily. How about from the judge?
Send ano eh.
Hello guys. Hello.
Okay, reprogram po and a video that we ask for each team. We ask that po in case that you encounter yung technical glitches during the actual competition. Ngayon po, halimbawa tulad po ni DepEd Bohol, yung buong team po ng DepEd Bohol ngayon, hindi sila naka-join sa coaches meeting kasi meron po silang wala pong kuryente sa buong Bohol ngayon. So, ang sa amin po, sayang naman yung efforts ng mga bata kung ma-encounter natin yung mga ganong scenario. Kaya po namin yun inad sa rules para po if ever you encounter glitches like that, the organizer can play it for you, pero may corresponding deduction points. Pero ngayon po, call po ng ating mga judges yung kung ire-required po ba, kung gusto nila magbasa or what.
So, yeah. So it is not optional to send program.
Let's confirm po with the judges.
Okay, sige po.
Ayan na. Dali.
Nagsikon, Iron Man nga robot.
Hi, sir.
Okay, sa tingin ko, if you will not provide us with a backup program, pag yung internet mo namatay or hindi ka makakapag-run, wala ka ng point.
Yun pala.
Kasi yun ang idea nun. The idea is, even if you have no internet, hindi ka makapag-run, since meron kang binigay na program, yun ang ira-run. Then, may iskuran yun from there. Pag walang binigay na backup code or program, once na hindi ka makarun ng real time, wala ka ng chance. Tama ba, Sir Toto? Sir Bry? Sir Roy? Yun ang understanding ko doon sa nire-require na parang copy of the program.
Yes, sir. If I may add, no, this is...
So, ilang practice na trading mo natin dyan? Kasi, nagkala na natin. Tapos, Zoom pa, play pa, Dapat po ba
Tayo ang kuwan, ma'am, recorded, ma'am?
recorded nga video niya, i-play sa Zoom. So, excited din ka na, papag-play, sagbayan na. Nagkitaga mo.
Hello, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll just add to what Sir Gil said. No, the judges are not asking you to give the same code that you'd be using on the same day. So you actually have the option. Kasi yun yung, the risks. I understand, though, that's the elephant in the room. What if something happens to the code that you send? You can give parang an older code or a weaker code. Option yun na yun. At least hindi kayo ma-zero. So that's one. First point, hindi kayo ma-zero. Yun yung gusto natin. Whatever happens for your turn, hindi kayo ma-zero kasi nagbigay kayo ng some sort of code that ensures some points. Alright? And number two, we want to ensure that the audience also sees something. Parang nawalan kayo ng internet, hindi na kumakakaan yung robot nyo, pero since may code kayo, yung audience, alright, kami yung judges, lahat, yung buong competition, would still have an parang something to see from you kasi importante sa amin yun. We'd want to actually experience your result or your product or your code, your robot. So, sana nakatulong yung explanation namin.
Yeah, thank you, sir. But so from the judges con, so it's okay. We will not. It's okay. We will give code, but not the code that we will able to run. A code just to give up points. So meaning a simple code, not the advanced code. It's okay.
Your choice.
But if you have internet, so we can run the advanced code. But after the competition, 3 days before the competition, it's according to Ma'am Annalyn, we need to send the code and the pre-recorded.
Yes, because we have to check also that it runs. Maybe your internet fails and then our setup fails also, that's very, very bad. So you send it up 3 days before, we check that it runs on our end, and we're set to go for the competition.
But my question is, the code that we send prior to the competition is the simple code. So you will play that one if ever in the competition, there's no internet. But in the competition, if we have internet, when we run our actual code, the one that higher score, so that's our official score.
If I may cut,
Yes.
if I may cut in, like for example, yun sa what happened to my Minecraft competition before. Uh, the students and the players are given a chance to choose if their internet is failing. The judges will ask if they're going to use the send program or they will still continue with the option of waiting for their internet. So tatanungin pa rin from the students end.
Okay.
Then it will be your call. Of course, I think there's a limited time only for each player. So yun siguro yung magiging constraint or point of your decision.
Sige po.
Thank you.
Opo, welcome po, Ma'am Ai.
In addition to that po, you can send po yung code and pre-recorded run privately para po may request lang po kung sino yung makaka-open ng files. As committee po, hindi po namin papakailaman yung code nyo. Kumbaga backup files lang po siya if ever we encounter that scenario. Alright? Pero at least po sa competition, kayo pa rin po yung mag-share screen at magpe-play ng inyong code for that competition.
Yeah, for in case you have no internet, we just inform you that you can run the code that we submitted so that we can have at least a few score. Okay? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, hello,
Thank
good
you, thank
afternoon,
you.
everyone. May I ask questions?
Hi, Sir Joel.
Yes. Sorry, good morning. May we remove the 10 points deduction penalty since the internet connection is out of our hands? You know, places in other parts of our country, like in Visayas and Mindanao, they have slower and more unstable internet. I think it's not their fault for experiencing that situation.
Judges. Actually, yeah, we can discuss that, the deduction.
Yes, judges call, ma'am. Judges call.
Kaya ni-raise natin yan kasi we don't want to, yung teams ma-zero or, yun nga, may penalty lang. So, we can discuss that.
Hello, good morning po, ma'am.
Yes po, Ma'am Sheila. Good morning.
Hi, ma'am. May tanong lang po ako. Yung pinakita po ni Ma'am Rochelle kanina na playing field, yung mga positioning po ng objects, yun po ba yung default? Kasi hindi po yun yung natanggap namin from the, may sinend po sa aming files para sa default positioning. Hindi po ganyan yung position.
Alright. Ma'am Sheila, in regards with your question po, yung pinakita po kasi namin kanina, example code lang po siya. So, hindi po yun yung default positioning natin. As long as you open the zip file sent to you by the organizer, yung pinaka-positioning niya po, yun na po yung magiging default natin.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you po. Na-receive na po namin yun. Akala ko po kasi yun yung
Ito po
sinample
yung
niya.
sample, default, na send po sa chat box ni Sir L'Oreal.
Yes po.
So, expect po na yun po yung magiging default position natin.
Then, additional lang po, ma'am, yung sinabi po ni Coach Joel po ba yan kanina na yung 10 points deduction. Favor po ako doon kasi hindi naman po talaga natin alam na, di ba, usually ang mga bata, sila ang nagpo-program pero hindi natin naiiwasan na talagang hindi 100% na kung yung may ise-send ba nila ay galing sa kanila. Kaya tama po para sa akin na yung meron tayong deduction na 10 points kung recorded na lang po yung iraran ng bata compared dun sa live po. Yun lang po sa akin, ma'am. Thank you po.
Hello, good morning. Just a clarification. It was mentioned earlier that the 10 points deduction, that penalty, if the judges will run the program, right? If it's the judges who will run the program, because it was mentioned in number 8. Number 2, under number 8, failure due to bandwidth glitches will be given an option to let the organizers rather run their code with corresponding point deduction of 10 points. So from that, I believe it's not the students who will run the program, nor because since the files will be sent ahead, so definitely it's not also the student who will run the recorded video. It's not the recorded video, but I think it would be the program file for the competition that the organizer will run. Am I right? Number 8, number 2 under number 8.
Yes, sir. It will definitely the
Yes. So
program
it
file itself.
okay because um the the one who talked earlier, she mentioned that it's the students who will run the recorded video. Okay, it's not the recorded video. So anyway, going back to my question, so Miss Connie mentioned earlier that we can talk about it, but maybe settle it right now because I don't want to be a situational basis, because it should be a standard, a rule, and it should apply to everyone. Are you willing to give way and not to penalize the 10 points or not? Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, we're talking about that right now. So if we could answer other questions, tas siguro before the coaches meeting is over, we'll definitely have an update for you on the 10-point penalty that we've stipulated in the rules. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. Sir, my other question is the registration form that was sent that I received from Felta. The theme there is the latest one, the climate squad, and also for the regular part. Will Felta send an edited version or a new version of the PRO registration form, wherein the theme is of the last 18 PRO, which is the smart cities?
Registration daw. Hi, Sir Joel. Yeah, we will update the theme there in the registration. We'll provide you the link. In our end, we are contacting the teams who already registered.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Hello po, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Previous.
So yung question ko is about dun sa may natanggap ako email na yung sa map, no? Tapos pag ni-run siya, bubukas yung virtual robotics toolkit, right? Now, ang question ko is yung mga position doon nung mga items is hindi na siya randomized, no? So pare-parehas lahat kami ng position nung
Yes, sir.
nung mga
Definitely.
phase. So hindi siya tulad nung sa regular na nagdo-draw lots tayo, tapos kung ano yung mag-draw lots, yun yung magiging position ng items sa mat, tama? So ngayon,
Wala. Yes, sir.
so
Wala po
ngayon,
tayong randomization.
okay. Salamat. Then next question ko is about dun sa robot po ng senior high. Kasi po yung robot po ng senior high, nung ginamit namin, binuksan namin yung zip file na binigay niyo po. Yung pangkuha niya ng ano na item o nung part do sa mat, yung pangkuha niya po ay hindi po umaandar. hindi po siya nagwo-work. Yung po medium motor. So, baka po kasi ganun po mangyari sa actual kasi as pinoprogram po namin siya, hindi po namin alam po paano po yung magiging reaction po ng robot dun sa commands po na tawag doon, i-input namin sa robot. Ayaw po kasi mag-work yung kanyang arm yung sa harap. This is po, senior high school.
Sinong judges ng senior?
Excuse me po, for the default robot, lahat po yan is galing po, sa Cognition Robotics. Kaya po sinend namin ng zip files at lahat po ng robot na yon na-check na po ng committee, all working po lahat ng robots natin. As I mentioned earlier po, from the guideline, it's a programming competition. So what we need to do is adjust our code depending on the design of the robots. Ngayon po, Teacher L'Oreal Martinez will be sharing his screen for you to see na working po yung default robot natin for senior high school. Teacher L'Oreal, please share your screen.
Okay, so this is senior high school.
Yes, ma'am. Yan po yung default robot natin for senior high school.
Oh. Okay. Yung po kasi sa amin, ayaw po siyang gumalaw. Hindi ko po alam kung ang problema is yung file po na nakuha namin. Di ba po ba nako-control po yung robot through through keyboard?
Yes
Kunyari
po.
For position.
Yes po. Teacher, sir, actually po yung pong zip files na sinend po namin sa lahat ng participants, yun po yung zip files na ginagamit din po ng committee. Na lahat po siya na tried and test po natin before po natin ipadala sa lahat ng registered participants.
Ano na score? Hindi ka na-excite dyan? Walang pag-asa?
Okay. Ayaw po talaga kasi kahit po gamit yung keyboard para po magalaw po yung ang tawag dito. Iano ko po siya, Iano ko po siya sa video.
Sige
po. Po siya.
Sige.
Ito po yung robot. So, wait, nag-lag. Yung po, yung ano niya, umiikot lang po yung ano niya doon sa loob. So, hindi ko alam kung, yung medium motor. Hindi ko alam kung yung file namin ay corrupted or what na nakuha. Pati po yung sa mga bata na ibinigay ko, ganyan din po eh.
Sige sir, sasagutin po kayo ng technical group natin, Re-Robot po Design.
Sir, hello po.
Hello po.
Good morning po. So, sir, bali yung robot po kasi, you can control po yung grabber niya using X and letter key X and C.
Apo.
Ayun po yung pang-control niya manually. Then, kasi sir, yung ano po talaga, hindi po talaga magmo-move forward, backward yung robot nyo if hindi nyo pa po nalilip up yung grabber niya po. So, ayun nga po, pwede nyo po i-code yung robot nyo na para makapag-forward siya, ililip up nyo po muna yung grabber niya po. Ganun po.
Sir, nagagalaw po namin yung robot, napapapunta namin siya anywhere on the mat. Ang pinaproblema na po namin talaga is yung namin, tawag dito, yung kamay. Ayun, yung arm niya, yung lifting arm, ayaw po talaga niya umangat. Yun po. Hindi ko po alam kung nasa po yung problem, kung may glitch siya on the zip file or on the doon sa may toolkit or doon sa program.
Po, since sa lahat po ng register team natin sa senior high school, kayo lang naman po yung may experience, we can set another schedule po for us to double check po yung zip files niyo po. Right
Sige po,
after
sir.
this po. Mag-PM
Salamat
po ako
po.
sa inyo, sir. Thank you po. Gano'n naman po mga coaches,
Thank you
no, kung
po.
meron po kayong, kung kailangan niyo po ng assistant, zip files or whatever po from Virtual Robotics Toolkit natin, since this is our first time na gagawin to, you can always call po yung team po ni Felta. 24/7 naman po available yung team kasi gusto rin po namin na maging successful talaga yung first virtual event natin. So if there are issues like that po, you can send us message po through Felta Facebook page. Yung most of the coaches po, alam din po yung Facebook page po para po makapag-set kami ng meeting with your team para po masolusyonan natin right away yung mga ganyang issue. Alright, thank you po.
Salamat po, salamat.
Can I ask additional question?
Yes po, sige po.
About the run of the robot there's no disqualification if they are the same run. For example, I have 7 teams, the same run. Because it is not appear on the rule.
Judges call po, judges call. Sir Toto po.
Actually, si Sir Manny yung ang ating chair. I can't comment right now. We have to discuss it as BOJ.
I think, sir, because the rule that they pass is, I think we will follow that one. So there's no restriction or disqualification if the robot run the same.
Yes, but actually I was reminding Annalyn that we will be sending yung oath natin.
Yes, sir, noted po.
Kasi same robot lang din yun po ang ginagamit, sir.
Pero sir, it's a programming competition po. It was highlighted po doon sa ating guidelines.
And then, okay. So the rule can be changed anytime you want.
No sir, kaya po tayo may coaches meeting po to clarify po kung ano po yung nasa guidelines natin.
So it is not one in the guidelines, so we will not apply na lang what I say. It's okay, the same run all.
Maybe I could clarify a little bit. Whatever we discuss and agree on and, share with you as coaches here in this coaches meeting, that you could expect that we will update any prior material or announcements that we have already released. That's why we're here, so that we have a common and single understanding of what's going on in the actual competition proper. So if you've got questions, we actually appreciate them. I appreciate them, and we think about them, we talk about them right now. So let's just keep this conversation going.
Sir, may question po ako.
Go ahead.
Yung file po na sinend sa akin galing from iCreate, Felta, is okay naman po, nagra-run yung bawat zip file from LM to senior high. Pero nung na-download ko na siya, then finorward ko siya sa mga students ko po, hindi po nila ma-open. Once na inopen po nila yung file mismo, nag-i-stuck lang po si VRT sa opening screen. Nakalagay lang po is either please wait or click the play button to start the simulation. Yun lang po. Pero blank screen lang po siya ng VRT. Yun lang po. Hindi ho naglo-load yung maps.
Sir, same process po dun sa zip files natin. We cannot just simply transfer it po sa ating mga team members. They need to do the same process po kasi we need to download the zip files. So yung same process po na ginawa nyo sa device nyo, same process din po doon sa ating team members. They need to download po yung zip files for them to open it there.
Actually, ma'am, yun po, na-walkthrough ko na po sila sa pag-download ng zip file. Pero ganun pa rin po, ma'am, eh.
Sige,
Iba't
sir.
ibang method.
Sige sir, i-forward ko kayo kay Sir L'Oreal. As we mentioned po, we can set up a team viewer po for us to check po.
Okay po, ma'am. Try ko na lang po isama yung students.
Sige po.
Thank you
Thank you
po.
po sir.
Hello, I would like to comment on Sir Aldes' question earlier regarding the same run for the robot. Okay, since we're having the same robot design and maybe they were able to find out the fastest and easiest way to do or to accomplish the challenge, I guess we can. I think there's really a possibility that they have the same robot run. However, I think it's the program should be different. Okay, the programs should not be the same. Otherwise, it's just like sending one robot and one program, but with so many entries. And I think it's not fair.
Yes, Sir Joel. Kaya we will get back to all our coaches if really we need to submit the codes. Kasi that's the only way that we can check kung hindi ba pare-pareho o magkakaiba talaga yung kanilang program.
Thank you, Miss. I agree that the coaches need to send the codes. I think there's no problem with sending the codes to the organizers.
Yes.
Wala naman kung walang ayun, kung walang tinatago, wala na. Okay lang
Yes.
mag-send.
Actually, that is one of our purpose po. That's why we are asking po yung code at saka po yung video screen recording for us to double check as well. Kasi sa face-to-face competition po, ginagawa naman po talaga natin na chine-check. Since mawawala na po yung programming time, since virtual siya, it is our one way po to double check yung mga code po ng team na mag-i-entry. Thank you for that, sir.
Thank you. I agree with that.
Yeah, and in addition to that po, yung isasend naman po natin ng mga code files natin will be sent in private drive po. Ngayon po, during the time that you will run your program, doon pa lang po natin bubuksan yung file ninyo when you agree to us or to the organizer to run your code. And it will be shared screen po. So makikita nyo na i-open pa lang namin siya, bibigyan nyo pa lang kami ng access, then that's the time that we can open it.
Kaya guaranteed po na secured yung mga files nyo. Na mabubuksan lang yon kung gagamitin nyo po yung, kung dadating po yung scenario na kailangan nyo siyang gamitin. Kasi bibigyan nyo po kami ng access during the competition. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. So kailangan po talaga na, ayun, yung files for us to double check. Tapos kung hindi nyo po call yon, pwede po natin yung, yes po. For clarification lang po yun nga po yung purpose namin. So we really need to check the code for us to see po yung code po ng bawat teams. Ang kagandahan lang naman po dito, secured naman po yung files nyo since ipapadala nyo naman siya in a private drive. So for that po, magsisend po kami ng separate guidelines sa lahat po ng registered teams. Thank you po.
Sorry, pwede magtanong pa ulit isa? Kasi yung submission, sabi it's 3 days before the competition. Is it the start of the PRO competition or 3 days before yung competition ng category na yun po?
Hello, coaches. Can we agree October 14? We send all the codes by October 14.
Excuse me po, the one that we will send in October 14 is not really the program that we will play during the virtual competition. It's just as what the one judge says that it's only a way that you have a score, even if you experience some glitch or internet. So the important is your score is not zero. It's okay.
Sir Alde, as long as it's not the same for all the teams joining.
Yes po. Not the same man po yung program.
Hi, Miss Connie. October 19 po yun start ng PRO. Tama po ba?
Yes.
So pwede po October 16. May 2 days
Okay,
pa.
we
Plus 2
decide,
days.
October 16, okay lang. We'll check your codes by weekend, 17, 18.
Salamat po.
So we final the date October 16, coaches. Kasi we know naman that you're still doing your coding. So the last day of submission, October 16. So by Saturday we can open it.
Maybe the other coaches can send message sa na lang po sa chat kung they agree or not. However, parang naka-disable po ata yung chat natin.
Mo. Sir Joel, ko na lang, I send a message. October 16 will be our final day to submit the codes.
Noted po. Salamat.
Question. Any more question?
Clarification lang po.
Yes, Sir Alde.
So the one that we will submit on the October 16 is just in case if there is no internet, right?
Yes.
But during the competition, we can run actually our program.
Yes po, definitely, sir.
So no need to send the real the other program because we have man internet. Then we just only share our screen, or I don't know what we'll do with the program. Below is the program and above is the robot runs the mission.
If I may just add that the judges reserve the right to actually request a copy of your program should the judges feel the need for it. Is that okay?
What, sir?
The judges would reserve the right to actually request for a copy of your program should we feel there's a need for it.
Yes.
We need to pass our program out.
After the run, sir.
What?
After the run.
After the run, then we will send our program.
If the judges will ask for it for verification that there is no the same codes in the teams.
Can we can we share it through the virtual also? Through virtual also, then I think
Yes, sir.
Pelta will just picture it. But because we are using my blocks, we need no need to open my blocks, right?
Yes po, definitely.
Yeah,
You can-
only the whole program.
Yeah, only you can actually open it through Virtual Robotics Toolkit, sir.
Oh yeah, no need to send it, right? Okay, that's all.
Sorry, I would like to
Alde,
comment on that.
Alde,
No, go,
Alde,
sir.
just like what Sir Roy said, it is the judge's call.
Okay po,
All
sige
right.
po.
So if the
Opo.
judge would request for the program and interview with the students, it is the judge's call. All right.
Opo, sige
So
po.
stay put and wait for the final decision because the judges are going to deliberate and talk about this further.
Noted po. Sige po, Sir
Okay.
Gibbs.
Thanks, Alde. All right.
Opo.
Uh, in addition to what Sir Gilbert mentioned, we were also discussing now we can implement the same thing that we did last year. So still, Sir Gibbs will be the principal again. So he can interview students regarding the code. So the BOJ are discussing on the side actually, but that's one of the things that we are discussing.
Okay. I just want to reiterate and remind everybody, especially the coaches, that this competition is for the kids. All right? And that's the very reason why we need to check whether the students are aware of the program that they are using because they are the ones joining the competition. So please train them so that they they really will be good in programming and solving the task. All right. So as I said earlier, please stay put because we are still and as Sir Toto mentioned, we may revert to the original plan last year that there will be a cross-checking of the program together with an interview with the kids. All right. Don't worry, you will be informed of this development. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Hello po, yung mananalo po dito sa PRO, sila po magpe-present sa WRO?
Yes, sir.
Salamat po. Pero yung team sa WRO, yung current team po, Miss Connie, no?
Yes, opo. We will use the WRO Canada mat.
Salamat po.
Thank you, sir.
No, can I just add on to this? All right. This year will be actually different, right? Usually we just participate in World Robot Olympiad. However, this year we have two back-to-back competitions. So you will participate in WRO. So we'll be preparing for the WRO Canada. However, that's on November 13 to 15. However, on November 15 to the 30th, you will also, the Philippine Robotics team who will be part of the WRO Canada will also have another competition. So it's a back-to-back two competitions. This is called the Robot Virtual Games. And this is going to be hosted by Panama. And the Philippines is, I believe, the only Asian country invited. So this will be an opportunity for us to shine also in virtual robotics. So again, the invitation will not only be for WRO, but you have a back-to-back representation for the Robot Virtual Games. This will be hosted by Panama. This will be on November 15 to the 30th. So it's not every day. Actually, the good thing about RVG is that you just they will give you a certain platform and it's not a specific time. I don't know how to explain it, but it will be discussed for the teams who will be participating in WRO. So we will discuss what is the difference of RVG as compared to the WRO Canada. Right. So there's going to be back to back. So actually, was exciting, and we're also planning another one for December, and this is also an invitational. So as I said, the Philippines has an edge because we're one of the few countries really preparing for the virtual robotics toolkit. So, right. And then I just want to announce also take this opportunity that The awarding will be a physical awarding ceremony at the Felta Innovation Hub. The first top three teams will be invited to come over on a scheduled basis because, of course, we don't want to have a big crowd. And you will be receiving the trophy, the certificate, and the medals in person. So, yon. Kung papayagan yung mga bata. I think this can be done for the senior high school, but maybe not for the elementary and the junior high school because I know that IATF will not allow 18 years old and below to leave, diba? So, we will just follow the protocol guidelines. But just to let you know, or even the coaches kayo can claim the awards for your students. So, para magkita-kita rin tayo in person. Saka may konting kainan. Diba? And the judges will be there. The judges will be there para makita rin natin lahat-lahat. And then we can also maybe plan on how we can have a better performance probably for the WRO Canada. Alright? So again, October 23 is the awarding and then you will be inviting the awardees to claim their physical trophies, their certificates, and to claim their medals. All right, okay, that's all.
Thank you, ma'am. Any more question? So after this, the judges will have deliberation on the questions na nakahang pa. Then we will have our dry run 1, 2, 3 o'clock.
All right, I think it's time for her lunch. Even the judges will have their lunch. Okay, so any other questions, coaches? We're good? Let's have fun. Engineer Tom.
pahabol lang po.
Yes, sir.
Pahabol lang po. Ilan po yung magka-qualify per category? Like, yung dadalhin for the competition itself, for Canada, and the other one?
I will, sino yung nagtatanong?
Sir Benedicto.
Okay, Sir Benedict, yeah. We will announce after the preliminaries. Just like what we do in the physical. But definitely, okay, meron akong clue sa inyo. We will be very lenient. Yun na lang. We will be very lenient this year because I am also coordinating with World Robot Olympiad and we want more participants from the Philippines, specifically because we're doing a platform. All right? Clue na lang yon. Yeah, just do your best.
Okay po, thank you.
Any more question?
Hi, Ma'am Mylene. How are you?
Sino kamusta si Alde? Okay, so no other questions. It's time check 11:49. So the judges can have a little time for deliberation, Connie, before
Ma'am, can we have one photo op daw?
Okay, sige. Sino kukuha?
Si
So again, the dry run will be coming out, to be broadcasted in the Power Delta free webinar at 1 o'clock. And you're all invited to view us in Felta Facebook page for the live coverage. Okay. Sige, sinong kukuha?
Coaches.
Coaches, on yun na muna. Alright, okay. Joel.
Ako na.
Yan, Alde.
Tabi tayo.
Okay.
Yan.
Sino kukuha? 1, 2, 3. Sino kumukuha? Teka, ako na nga.
Now we will do it po, ma'am.
Sige, ako rin. Back up. Okay, alright. Sige, alright. Joel. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Okay, see you at 1 o'clock. See you at 1 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ano,